students studying NCERT book. Here is your teacher Harpreet Kaur back with another video in the series of explanation of the chapter Indigo. So let's find out whether the lawyers stayed back and what happened in the chapter next. So are you ready to learn next with me?
Let's look at the next paragraph. What about the injustice to sharecroppers? Gandhi demanded. The lawyers withdrew to consult. Now Gandhi was very surprised that these people who were serving to the sharecroppers for such a long time are not ready to do anything for them, and he said, if I will go, you will go back. Then what about the sharecroppers who will be fighting for them? And for this, lawyers were really baffled that they were not actually ready that this kind of question would be asked to them. So they withdrew. They just collected together. They had a meeting amongst themselves. So they just took a leave from Gandhi for some time and they wanted to consult each other. Rajendra Prasad has recorded the upshot of their consultation. They thought among themselves that Gandhi was totally a stranger, and yet he was prepared to go to prison for the sake of peasants if they, on the other hand, being not only the residents of the adjoining districts, but also those who claimed to have served these peasants should go home, it would be shameful desertion. So Rajendra Prasad recorded the consultations of the meeting that the lawyers held amongst themselves. Rajendra Prasad told Gandhi that they said that they were discussing that Gandhi is totally a stranger and he is ready to go to jail for the sake of these peasants, and they are firstly the residents of the nearby area and they should be helping the peasants to get justice. Moreover, they were the one who claimed that they are serving the peasants, they are fighting cases for the peasants, and this way it was a shameful desertion for them. It would be when people would come to know that Gandhi had left and lawyers have also taken their step back, so they will be reprimanded, it will be a very shameful act for them. So let's read further what's there in the next paragraph. They accordingly went back to Gandhi and told him they were ready to follow him to jail. The battle of Champaran is won, he exclaimed. Then he took a piece of paper and divided the group into pairs and put down the order in which each pair was to quote arrest. So after coming back, the lawyer, after consultations, the lawyer told Gandhi that they are ready to follow him to jail. If the authorities would be arresting Gandhi, they would surely go to jail after him. So at this moment, Gandhi said that the battle of Champaran is won. It's a very important question also. The battle of Champaran was. So Gandhi said, if people are able to help other people, there is a kind of unity together in the people, if they are selflessly working for each other's benefit, so the completely the battle of Champaran is won. Okay. And then he just decided on some strategy, how and when, if the need arises, and how they will be court arrest themselves. Let's read further. Several days later, Gandhi received a written communication. From the magistrate informing him that Lieutenant Governor of the province had ordered the case to be dropped. Civil disobedience had triumphed. the first time in modern India. So after quite a long time, after such a long time, after several days, many days, Gandhi received a communication. Gandhi received a letter from the Lieutenant Governor of the state. Province here stands for the state. Okay, so what was written in the letter? Let's see. He said that the case was dropped, that there is no case for Gandhi, there is no case against Gandhi. So at this moment it is a very important time, and civil disobedience had triumphed first time in modern India. So it was triumphed means it has won. Civil disobedience has won in the first time, won for the first time in modern India. So Gandhi was very happy, and lawyers were very happy that they have won, and they are just saying that no, what Gandhi did nothing. He did not fight, he did not said any bad words, he did not go against the government. He said only that he just signed the order, that he has received the order, but he said that he will be disobeying as he is to follow the higher court of his own consciousness. He has committed to the farmers that he will be working for them, and he cannot go from Motihari without getting justice to them. So he has till now, the case was withdrawn, and Gandhi the civil disobedience had won. Gandhi and the lawyers now proceeded to conduct a far-flung inquiry into the grievances of the farmers. Now they started a detailed inquiry, far-flung inquiry. We can say that it was a detailed inquiry into the cases, into the grievances. Grievances, we can say, are the problems that the people are facing, the farmers were facing. And depositions by about 10,000 peasants were written down, and notes made on other evidence. Documents were collected. The whole area throbbed with activity of investigators and vehement protest of the landlords. So there was quite a great activity those days. Gandhi and his companions, the lawyers, were collecting information and documents to file their case, to present their case in the court again, and they wanted to get justice. And on the other hand, that landlords were protesting against these investigations, and all these things were happening. And this area Champaran was throbbed with activity. There was full of activity every other day, every now and then something or the other was happening in Champaran. In June, Gandhi was summoned to Sir Edward Gate, the Lieutenant Governor. So in the month of June, Gandhi was again summoned. That means Gandhi was again called on by Sir Edward Gate. Now this time the highest authority, the Governor Edward Gate, had sent for Gandhi. So he had sent for Gandhi. Let's see what happens in their meeting. Before he went, he met leading associates again, laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. So Gandhi again laid a detailed plan. He planned in detail what should be done in case he is arrested there when he goes to meet the governor. Gandhi had 4 protracted interviews with Lieutenant Governor, who as a result appointed an official commission of inquiry into the indigo sharecroppers. What happened there? Gandhi had not 1, 2, 3, but he had 4 protracted interviews. That means 4 detailed and long interviews with the Lieutenant Governor. The result of the interview was that the governor appointed an official commission of inquiry into the sharecroppers. So this is what Gandhi actually wanted. He wanted that some kind of legal inquiry should be there for tackling the case of the indigo sharecroppers situation. The commission consisted of landlords, government officials and Gandhi as the sole representative of the peasants. Now look at the constitution of the commission that was set for the inquiry. In that there were lot many landlords and government employees, and from the side of the peasants Gandhi was the sole representative. So Gandhi was the representative of the peasants, nobody else was there in that particular committee or the commission that was set for the inquiry. Now let's see what happened further in the chapter. Let's read the chapter ahead. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months. So initial means beginning. Okay, beginning period of uninterrupted. That means uninterrupted here means continuous. He stayed there continuously. Okay, continuously for 7 months. Then again for several shorter visits. The visit undertaken casually on entreaty of an unlettered peasant in expectation that he would last a few days occupied almost a year of Gandhi's life. So here what is mentioned that he just wanted to entertain entertain Rajkumar Shukla, who had been following him for such a long time, and he just gave him time that okay, I'll come there and try to solve your problem. And that was just a casually, he said only casually, he just thought that it would be a casual visit only of an unlettered peasant. Unlettered peasant means that peasant was not on record everywhere, and that took near almost 1 year of Gandhi's life. So this Champaran case took nearly 1 year of Gandhi's life. Gandhi had to spend his 1 year on this Champaran case. So that's all in this part of the chapter, and we will be meeting again in the next part of the chapter Indigo, and we'll come to know it was a result of the commission that was set for the inquiry into the sharecroppers situation. So that's all for today. Let's move ahead. Oh, wait. Before moving ahead, let me remind you what to do. I hope you have come to know a little things I expect you to do. You need to make the notes of the chapter and type them in the comment box below the video so that many of your friends can benefit from your note making, your note taking technique. And that's all for today. See you in the next video. Bye for now.